table 3.2 shows the proportion of the people living under poverty in different countries as defined by an international poverty line, means population below $1.90 per day, that is the international standard of poverty line. According to that, the table we can see here one table, poverty head count ratio comparison among some selected countries. Nigeria, that is 53.5% in 2009, and Bangladesh 14.8% in 2016, India 21.2% in 2011, Pakistan 4.0% in 2015, and China 0.7% in 2015, Brazil 3.4% in 2015, Indonesia 5.7% in 2017, Sri Lanka 0.7% in 2016. So the poverty line, poor people in the countries China and Sri Lanka having very less people, and Nigeria and having the highest, then India comes the second. So if we are comparing this one, we can understand the situation, why it is, how much of human resource development happening. According to that, the poverty level will be very less. The new sustainable development goal of the United Nations, that is UN, proposed ending poverty of all types by 2030. UN saying like that by 2030 we want to reach to the negative, means the zero poverty level. All people should be more than that, like that. Who is saying? UN saying. Then so we can compare again. It is given the graph also. It is given number of the poor people by region, that is less than $1.90 per day. According to it is given in millions. Sub-Saharan Africa, that is in blue, South Africa, South Asia, that is in purple color, Latin America yellow color, then East Asia, that is in red color, and China. Then we have seen that one already. Nigeria from African country, that is having the highest ratio. Then India, like that, countries having the second group. Then Latin American countries having third. Then fourth one, it is the Asian and Pacific countries. Then comes the China. So according to the new this estimate, we can see the China having the least poor people. Then we are going to next part, that is the causes of poverty. There were a number of causes for widespread poverty in India. Please take your pencil, and whenever we are discussing one by one problem, you can write number 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. One historical reason is the low level of economical development under the British colonial administration. What was the first reason in poverty in India? Because of the East Indian Company time or British colonial period, the economical development was very low. The policy, why it is? The policies of the colonial government ruined traditional handicaps and discouraged development of industries like textile. First reason for the colonialism, that is related problems. First one, they were never given the encouragement to the factories to develop here in India. Instead of that, what they done, what we had the traditional business, traditional working textile or iron, like that things, they try to stop it here. The next one, they taken the traditional hand, those who was doing weaving, like that things also government compelled to stop, like that. Two reasons. Again, some more reasons we can see. Then low rate of the growth of the persistent until 19th centuries. This result of the less job opportunities, less growth rate of income. We can see when British people was ruling here in India, that time job facility was very less. At the same time, the income also very less, and this was accompanied by a high growth rate of population. At the same time, population growth was very high. The two combined to make the growth rate of per capita income very low. First of all, they never given the job opportunities, and what all crops we are producing, that or what all jobs we was doing. We have seen that one in 8th standard. The native people, we had the cotton textile work, jute textile works, like that things. that everything British government said to us or East India Company said to us or compel our Indian people to stop it. So the people, many people lost their job. At the same time, there was no any policies to help the people from British Company or East India Company. Then at the same time, we can see the population growth. That's why the per capita income that is very low here in India on that time onwards. Then the failure at both the fronts, promotion of the economical growth and population control, perpetuated the cycle of poverty. So the first reason for poverty here in India, that is colonial rule and related activities like a promotion, lack of promotion of economical growth and lack of population control policy from British government. This both given a boom or a increased poverty cycle here in India. With the spread of irrigation and green revolution, many job opportunities were created in the agriculture sector. In which year? 1970s. But effects were limited to some part of India. The green revolution and the irrigation, like that things, it is North India only it is possible. South India it is very limited in situation because of the perennial river. We have seen the conditions of the South Indian rivers. Then the industries both in public and private sectors did provide some jobs, but these were not enough to absorb all job seekers, because if 100 people are there in one area, 50 people they can work in the agriculture sector, and rest of the people they want to work in the industrial sector or service sector. But how many factories, private and public factories are there, that is not able to accommodate this rest of the people. It may be 25 in secondary sector and 25 in tertiary sector. That is not enough opportunity people they are not getting. Then but these were not. The next one, unable to find proper job in cities, many people started working as rickshaw pullers, vendors, construction workers, domestic servants, etc. So many people they migrated to the cities, urban areas, and they are not getting the enough job or according to their qualification or according to their physical strength, they are not getting job. So what they are doing, what they are getting for their livelihood, like rickshaw pullers, vendors, like that job they are taking up. These people with irregular small income, these people could not afford expensive housings. That's why we can see the development of slums in the outskirts of the cities. They started living in the slums on the outskirts of the cities, and the problems of poverty, largely a rural phenomena, also became a feature of the urban sector also. In the poverty is the common feature of the rural area. At the same time, nowadays we are facing the poverty of urban area, because many people they are coming and settling in the urban area in slums, and they are not getting the proper income or regular income. Another features of high poverty rate has been huge income inequalities. We can see the very high financially very high setup people as well as the low setup people. That is another one reason for the disparity. One of the major reason for this is the unequal distribution of land and other resources. The land and other resources, if you are dividing equally, we can reduce our poverty level, like China. That is the example. Despite many policies, we have not been able to tackle the issues in the meaningful manner. In India, we are not reached to that manner. The major policies initiative like the land reform, which aim to redistribution of assets in rural areas, have not been implemented properly and effectively the most of the state government. The land reform movement started many years before 1960s, but many states not taken care about that one. They are not implemented that one. Since lack of the land resources has been one of the major cause of poverty in India, proper implementation of the policy could have improved the life of million in rural area. So the third reason, that is the inequalities in the distribution of land and other resources. That's why many people they are suffering poverty. The next one, socio-cultural and economical factors are responsible for poverty. Fourth reason, in order to fulfill social obligations and observe religious ceremonies, people in India, including the very poor, spend lots of money. That is the one of the social impact of our economical condition. So for the completion of the rituals purpose, they want to spend a huge amount of money. Small farmers need money to buy agriculture inputs like seeds, fertilizer, pesticides, etc. That is the economical reasons. The poor people, they don't have money to purchase the needed thing for the agriculture, like a seed and fertilizer, like that things. For that also they need a very high amount of money. Since poor people hardly have any saving, normally the poor people they never had the saving. It may be like even 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees, we can see like a luxury for them, like that, if they are having the saving. They become victims of indebtedness. Normally what they are doing, they are collecting money from money lenders or from their friends and family members and becoming indebted afterwards. So the high level of the indebtedness is the both cause of effect as well as cause and effect of the poverty. And the people borrowing money, and that is becoming one of the cause as well as effect of poverty. Okay, we'll continue in next video with anti-poverty measures.